Hey, welcome to Beautiful Fool Podcast. I'm your host, Classy Earth Angel. And what I want to talk about today is giving grace to others. But that can be very hard if you feel like somebody's wronged you. Something I've recently discovered is if I find justification in something, and I think we all do this, if we find justification in something, we're always the victim, right? So if our actions were justifiable as a reaction to somebody else's actions or words, then we're not wrong and we're the victim. We're just reacting, right? So then it's harder to give grace to somebody else because they wronged us and we need to do something about it, and whatever we do or we decide is justifiable because they wronged us, right? Wrong. Because if we look at it the other way, they're the victim in their story as well, and they see what they did or they said as justifiable too. So anyway, that might go over your head and that sounds a little confusing. So let's get into some examples. Let's just get into some things. So did you guys ever watch the show Power? Okay, so I'm a huge Power fan. I mean, huge Power fan. If you don't know Power, just listen, just listen. But if you do, it's gonna hit a lot harder. So, in the original Power, right, we're on Ghost's side. He's the main character. We're on his side. We want him to win. We see why he does the things that he does because it's from his perspective, right? It's his show. So the things he does to win, to protect his family, the lying, the secrets, the murders, everything he does, we see the justification in his actions because we see it from his point of view, right? But again, here we go. He's a drug lord. He cheats on his wife. He abandons his family. He murders people. All these things are terrible things. But we see the justification because we see his point of view, right? Right, okay. And then let's even take his son Tariq in the show. Again, just follow along if you don't know the show. But his son in the original Power, we see Tariq as just this hothead, entitled, ungrateful, rich kid who wants to be hood so bad, just like he needs his butt kicked. Like, we're so annoyed. And then it's to the point he'll piss you off towards the end of the season. You're just getting pissed off at Tariq. He's just this, like you just want to, yoke him up like Ghost did. And then he ends up killing Ghost. Spoiler if anybody didn't know. And we're like, oh my God, like we're just furious at him. Then we go to Power Chapter 2, his show, right? Where Tariq is the main character. Now we're on his side. Now we want him to win. Now we see his actions and things are justifiable, but because of what? What's the difference? It's the same Tariq. It's the same. This show is from his perspective. We're on his side because it's his side. We're seeing his justifications. Everything's making sense. But he was the same old little hothead dum-dum in Power, and we wanted to ring him up. So this is where it leads to, is the person's always going to seem like the victim if it's their story, right? And therefore, if they're the victim, things are happening to them, and it's justifiable what they need to do to get out of it, to hit their goal. Everything, we see justification because we hear their reasoning, their thought process. We see what they really want and what they're willing to do to get it. But the only thing that changed was the perspective. So let's bring it back down to us. So I just want to use the show as an example. People who watch it will probably be like, oh, okay. But you're probably related to another show of your own, where somebody's like not doing good things, but you want them to win because of what? You see their perspective and the justification of what they do and why they do what they do. So bringing it back down to reality, to us, we're the victim in our stories. We're always the victim in our stories. And what made me come to this realization, even though everybody can say that, but me to really dive deep into thinking about this My man and I were having a conversation, like random 3 o'clock in the morning conversation. We woke up together, fed the baby, everything. And we were just up talking after the baby went back down. And we were just explaining, because we're two peas in a pod. Like, he was my best friend before, and I saw myself in him a lot, and vice versa. And I mean, that could be a good thing, but that could be a terrible thing, because we are people that if you wrong us, we're going to hit you low, and you can't decide how low we hit you once you came at us. You came at me first. So you wanted to play these reindeer games. You can't tell me no rules. There's no rules. So we're both like that. So we've been trying to, like I said, like if you follow me or whatever, like, we had a little rocky start in our relationship and stuff, transitioning from friends and thinking we knew what we were doing and all this stuff, to falling in love and having a whole family together. It's a lot. And there was a lot of, in the beginning, wrongs were done to the point where it's like, there's no origin, because in his story, his point of view, I'm the villain, he's the victim. So he was justified. Everything he did in response to my actions, my words, whatever wrongs I did to him, was justifiable to a degree of his own rules. To him, I wronged him, and there's no rules with that. So he can hit me back on whatever. It's open season. There's no rules. On the other hand, for me, in my story, his actions, his words were the origin of my actions and my words. I'm the victim in my story. And so to me, his wrongs were the origin, and I was responding, and it was justifiable because of what he did first. And again, two peas in a pod. There's no rules. There's no limits. So I'm unruly because you played with me, and you didn't know what type of game. We playing two different games, and you decided to start with me. You didn't know what game you were starting. Vice versa. You see what I mean? So for both of us, and we didn't really break it down like this. It was like a lot of back, like, well, you did this. No, but you did this. So no. You don't realize I did that because you did this. No, that's not happening. You did this first. So it was a lot of just, for over a year, we're just like, and we can't get anywhere. The conversation turns into just finger pointing, just goes nowhere. But this time we had this really mature adult realization, because he's just like, I'm the victim in my story, you're the victim in your story. And I'm like, isn't that always how it is? Like, and we just really dove deep, and then we started talking about other people and just like the world. And then that's when I have like, like Empower, because he's like, you think life is like a movie? And I'm like, or a TV show. And I'm like, no, but we like TV shows and stuff because they reflect reality, right? So I use them as a reference to see, because I have naturally, but I'm working on it clearly. But like, I just think about myself and everything, having to fend for myself, I'm the only person on my side, like time and time again, growing up with friends, family, whatever. I only think about myself, self-preservation, because nobody else seems to be thinking about me. So when I watch shows and stuff, knowing that they mirror reality, it helps me think outside myself in reality, if that makes sense. I know it's kind of like jumped around, but it all come together. So by that, I mean, when I'm watching a show, I'm like, he did this to her, but I see why he thinks it's justifiable. He actually trying to protect her. In her story, he's just... Okay, I'm gonna take it back to Power. It's gonna be so confusing I'm sorry, this is for Power fans, I guess, Power episode. But, okay, so remember when Milan was coming after Ghost and everybody he loves, right? So this was a big, like, a cannibal drug lord coming after, and then so to protect Angela, a woman that's not his wife, but a woman that Ghost loved so much, to protect her, he broke her heart. He broke up with her, just randomly knocked on the door. She was happy, go lucky, giddy, opening the door for her man, and he like, girl, I don't love you, I don't F with you no more, don't call me, don't text me, don't come by here, broke her heart to the point she's crying so hard. This episode, to this day, if I watch it, I'm crying too, because like, Oh, the cry, she's crying like at the door. You could just hear it down the hallway. Like, it was just so all of a sudden. So in her story, he just switched up on her. Like, she thought he was in love with her, chose her over his wife. Like, she thought she had that. And then he just gonna knock on the door, don't even come in, just in the hallway, break her heart like that. Like, whoa, what a villain. What a villain. What a terrible, just, oh, her heart. Oh, I know her heart was just crushed, liquefied. But his perspective, he did that to save her life. I'm sure she'd rather live than be all cutesy and cuddled up on a couch for the next few weeks until Milan comes and kills her and eats her, right? But she doesn't know that. She doesn't know the full story. So for me, seeing that, even though that's dramatized, it's a show, right? But I'm like, ooh, maybe sometimes people do things to me, or I get offended, or I see things a certain way because I don't know the whole story. What if they were trying to protect me? What if they had some other stuff going on? They didn't want to put that burden on me, so they didn't give me all the details. So it's bigger than me, when I'm usually so focused on what happened to me. Oh, they just play with me like that. They go just, oh, he's just gonna come over here and just say this, da, da, da. I never think of, why would he say this? Why would he switch up so suddenly? Why is he going through something? Did this not work out? He said he was working on this. Did it fall through? Is he depressed? I don't think about the other person. I'm just so focused on and there's that victim mentality because I have been wrong so much and I have had to have my own back and people just looking at me in the face and lying to me. I'm not thinking I'm just thinking of why you doing me like this. But I'm thinking like they're human with a whole like life and other factors, So that's why I like to watch shows because that's kind of how it's trained me to think outside myself and help me in reality. Stop, take a deep breath and think of what might this other person be going through for them to be this way to me before I react. And I'm just so hard because I'm quick with it. I'm just so because my defense, I'm already like heightened because I think people are I always thought like people are out to get me and because having close friends for over a decade, then finding out the whole time they've been plotting against you, they've been studying you, things like that make you very weary. Having a bad relationship with your parents and your parents and everything makes you very weary of other people. So justified, right? You see what I mean? So I feel like the way I was so hard to cut somebody off, so hard to, are you playing with me? Like to snap them and clock their teeth. It was justifiable because people do that, right? People wrong me and play in my face, right? But they're human too. So this is something I've been practicing and watching TV helps. Whatever. So anyway, back to the conversation he and I was having. It was just like, wow. So we both wronged each other, but neither of us felt bad because it was justifiable because we were reacting to something else. There's no source. There's no chicken or the egg. We're not going to ever get to the source. There was no source. The principle of it, because he clocked my T when I said, oh, you laughed at my origin is he laughed in my face about something. I have a trigger and I told him this. He was my best friend and I told him how people would laugh at me. Like I would just get laughed at as a kid expressing myself, or if I was excited about something or with my friends or my family, it was met with laughter. People didn't want to hear, like it crushed me to the point I became mean. I was mean. I'm one of those people, they like say something we're like, oh, that's where your hair's messed up. I'm like, oh, wasn't your mother on drugs? Like, I'm one of those, like, oh, I took it extreme. They're like, whoa, we were just joking. But I'm gonna hit you with some real stuff because like, I'm just so sensitive to that. I had no safe place. They'll laugh at me the way I talk. I could just run up and be so excited about something and they're like, why are you talking like a white girl? What? You know what I mean? So laughing at me when I'm expressing myself, whether it's joy, sadness, anger, and you laugh in my face, oh, that's super childhood trigger. He knew this. He laughed in my face about something and I was trying to express myself and I was like, oh, so you know this is a trigger for me. Therefore, you're deliberately trying to trigger me, laughing in my face, bet. And I hit him back with something I know triggers him just as much, but even more because it was just I hit him where it hurt because you hit me where it hurt. You probably even thought it would hurt me more. Therefore, you're playing in my face. You want to deliberately hurt me. So bet I'm going to deliberately hurt you how I know for a fact it's going to hurt you. So to him, I took it too far. And I did. But in my world, it was justifiable because he took it too far doing that, right? So he did some over that. So to me, I'm like, oh, you were mad about that? You took it to the extreme. Like what you did was worse. And he said, wait, I thought when somebody played a game, you can't tell them how to play it. You can't tell somebody how far to take it once you start with them. You started with me. And I was like, he did a me on me. He clocked my tea. And I said, oh, shit. Like, I can't tell you, like, what I thought. Because I was like, you got mad at me. The source of your issue was what I said to you. And I emasculated you. And you did this to me during my pregnancy. You thought that was equal? But he said, hey, I thought there was no rules when somebody, and I'm like, you really are my twin for real. Like, and I can't handle it. So I was like, oh, so I guess it was justifiable what you did. It wasn't any worse. It was just how you were playing the game. And so I don't know why that was healing to me. I don't know, because I don't know. Because I understood it because I do the same thing. And then it was just tit for tat after that, because then it was just like, oh, then I'm doing it. It was just terrible. But I guess we squashed that. We don't need couples therapy anymore. They can not call us, because they still haven't called us in forever. Because I was like, there's no way we're going to work through this, because we just can't get through the source. We can't get through and the source is, we found justification in our actions because we felt victimized by the other. And I feel like this happens all the time. So, going back to the topic of giving grace. We can give grace to other people by thinking outside of ourselves. Instead of looking for justification to react to what they did to us, what they physically did, they took an action, or they verbally did to us. We could just take a step back, take a deep breath, hold our breath if we have to. That's a skill I had to do, a little trick. I had to hold my breath until I felt better before responding, because once I respond and once those words are out, it's a whole nother level. So let's take a deep breath, figure out what could be going on for them to act in such a way, to speak in such a way. Give them grace because they're a human too. They're going through something too. Just review briefly what happened right before that on your part. Did you do something to make them feel like a victim? And it's not like shifting the blame, like you're at fault because somebody did something to you. No, but it's like, just think outside of yourself, because maybe you are, maybe you didn't mean something a certain way. I don't know, like give somebody grace. It's hard times out here. Oh my gosh, it is hard. The spiritual warfare, the government, everything, it's hard out here and people are on edge. So just extend a little bit of grace, and it can be easier than just jumping to, oh, I'm the victim, they did this to me. No, just think a little bit. Stop, take a deep breath, relax, think about it. Remove yourself from the situation and really analyze what just happened. What did they do? What could be these possibilities? And then go to them and talk about it. Even directly ask. Some I wouldn't do. I'd be like, they're an adult. They know better. They know what they did. Therefore, this is my justification to do what I'm about to do, or just to cut them completely off. They lost access to me. Maybe if I would have had a conversation with these people, we still be in each other's lives. You know, maybe not. But it's a learning thing, and that's why something I just wanted to touch on was extending grace and highlighting that, yeah, you feel like a victim, but guess what? So do they. You find justification in your response, but guess what? So do they. So if we both parties work on extending grace, getting over egos, sitting down and having a conversation and analyzing things and thinking outside themselves, ourselves, maybe we can, get some reconciliation and won't be playing these tit for tat games or cutting people off, or, we'll have healthier relationship because we'll understand each other better and where we're coming from and what's going on. So that's just what I wanted to get on this week, is just extending grace. This is going to help us heal so many things and prevent losing people in our lives. I mean, it's hard out here having relationships, friendships, family, romantic partners, everything. So we already got it. We need to work on it with the people we have. We gotta work it out. It's hard. It's hard these days. So yeah, I know some people might be triggered during these holiday seasons with their family, and you're like, oh, they know better, and you feel justified. No. Let's talk about it. Especially if it's something that's never been addressed, address it with them. Just give it a chance. And if they're just shutting you down and they're this and that, okay, take it from there, as you wish. Definitely nothing malicious, but I'm just saying, like, oh, if you need to cut them off or take a step back, like, I'm not even gonna, reach out to this person anymore, okay, cool. But at least you put effort out there to address the issue. So yeah, I just want to I hope it helps somebody. It helped me so much. I felt so much healing in my relationship. Like, whoa, we're victims in our story because we're the main characters in our story. And so there's justification on what we did to each other. Therefore, it kind of just cancels out and we can just start fresh, I guess. I don't know, but I feel like a huge weight off of my shoulders, and I somehow I understood it better because I could relate. It's just I wasn't the main character in the story and I got hurt. Vice versa. But yeah, I hope you all have a blessed rest of the week and you utilize these little tips and tricks. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you're struggling with, if you struggle with extending grace or if you find justification and everything. I don't know, just your thoughts on this podcast. I really thank you for tuning in and staying with me this 21 minutes and week 6 and everything. I just love you all. Ta-ta.